It's been several weeks, I guess, since I've gotten an actual box of nickels. The last few times I've gotten nickels, I've gotten $100 worth of custom rolled, and most of them, I think most of them were just coins that other people had gone through in their collection, and so I just didn't get very much at all out of the last two times I've gone through nickels. Today I have an actual box, and I'm hoping to do a little bit better. Pulled them all out, and this one looks a little bit like silver. I don't know for sure, but that look that silver has. Here's if I can find it here. Here's the silver, 1945 right there. And I haven't seen the year on this one, but it does have that look. It may not be, but I hope it is. That'd be cool to start out right off the bat with a wartime silver. I'll do this roll first, and we'll see if it is. I'll just take my Spyderco knife here and pop the top off of this and see if we can see the date, and we'll know right away if we have silver. Can't hardly see it. We don't have silver. 1938. Still pretty cool. It's a keeper, but it's not silver. I hope we find one. It's 1938, but unfortunately it's not a D. But this will go into my nickel hoard collection from 1959 on back. A couple of rolls after the 38 that I found this 1949. And I just wanted to show you also in that same roll that I had the 38, I had a 40 and a 53. So I've got three of the older coins representing three different decades. That was kind of cool, found in one roll. And now the 49. Oh, come on. 49 Philadelphia. Put over there with the 40s. I'd love to find a 2009 today. Hard to find. It's funny. There's, the 2008s and the 2010s. There was, oh, look at that. There's a 1941. Philadelphia. Cool. There was nearly a billion of all the 2008s and 2010s respectively. But the 2009s, I think the Philadelphia was like 38 million and Denver was 40-something million. And they're extremely hard to find. I was reading one collector, he said in his several years of looking, he's only found 3 coin roll hunting. And it's weird because the NIFCs that we look $4.50, they made 2 million, 4 million, up to 5 million, which is nothing, but we find those. It's kind of bizarre to me that you just can't find that 2009 hardly. I just came across another 1939 here. Oh, there's a 1959 back there. Cool. Let's see what we got. It's Philadelphia. Too bad. It's okay. It's funny, I get letters from both sides of the coin, so to speak. 1959. Just today, I got a letter from a person who is all in on the nickels. They buy boxes and keep them all. They haven't been through all of the boxes. This person hasn't been because he likes keeping the nickels, which is cool. And then I get another person who writes, says, why do you waste time, hoarding copper or whatever? Says, for the price of a ton of copper, you can buy 3 gold coins. And so why would you waste your time? It's like, well, to each his own. I understand that. But when you buy those 3 gold silver coins, you pay a pretty hefty premium. And I said everybody has their own thing. When we look through the pennies, for instance, we pay a penny for the 1 cent piece, and it's worth 2.5 cents. And we like that because we paid a penny. And you pay, what is it, $2,300 for a gold coin that's worth $1,900. Yeah, I'm not knocking that. I mean, get your gold. It's cool stacking gold. But we like getting something that's worth a little bit more than we paid for it the day we get it, I guess is part of my answer. We also think it's going to change in the future too. It's going to go up. At least that's what we think. Right at the end of the next row, I get a 1946. What is that? Is that just a black speck? I guess so. So it's Philadelphia. I got a letter from somebody today that said their last box. That almost looks silver, even though I know it ain't. Anyway, they said that in the last box they got a Buffalo nickel and a wartime silver. I thought, cool. It has been so long since I found a Buffalo nickel and a roll of nickels. I'm telling you, I found several silvers, but haven't found Buffalo in a long time. Speaking of the buffalo, I've got a friend who is a butcher, and he will correct you when you talk about the so-called American buffalo. He says, no, it's a bison. He said the buffalo are like the water buffaloes over in Africa or something like that. What we call the buffalo, he says that's actually a bison. I guess it's true, but we'll still call them buffalo. In the very next row, I find a 1948. Philadelphia. They're all Philadelphia today. In the very next row, I found my first Canadian nickel. 1987. Why do I get such a kick out of finding these? I guess because the roll is mostly all U.S. And I just like finding something different. That's part of my thrill of the whole hunt, is just finding things that are different. And the Canadian coins kind of help fill that for me. It's just fun to get them. I've got a little bag of the not too special Canadian coins that I keep, several dollars worth of Canadian coins. The copper or anything else, I'll put some in a different place. But just the regular Canadian coins, I got a bag full of it. Maybe I'll go to Canada someday. Haven't been there since the day after I got married. Can you see down there what I just found? Man, I've been talking about wanting to find one of these. It's been a long time, and here we finally found one. $1937. It's got a date on it. That's cool. Might not be the oldest, but it's got a date. Look at that. Aren't those spectacular? That is so cool. That's been a long time since I found one of those fellas. Cool beans. Just a couple of rolls later, and I start the whole roll out with a 1949. Very cool. Since Philadelphia. I've also found about 3 more from the 50s there as well. Isn't that neat? I was saying a little bit ago that I hadn't been to Canada since the day after I married. Wow, look, I've had several of them all beat up like this. That's a 54, but yeah, we'll keep it. That's part of my hoard. Anyway, we crossed into Windsor from Detroit. It was the day after we were married, and we went to a little church there in Windsor, Canada. And I was driving a 1976 Datsun 280Z, little green, good-looking little car. I love that little car. And a little kid came up to me after the church service and said, "Mister, is that a Jaguar?" I said, "No, it's just a Datsun." He goes, "Oh, cool." It was a fun car. It was a fun trip, I tell you. I was just going through this roll of nickels, and I looked up and I saw that date, 1942. Could it be silver? Man, let's hope so. It's not. Bummer. Well, there's another one for the 40s. I'd found another one or two from the 50s there. Oh, I thought we had us one there. I just came to the back of this one and it looks pretty old, so I thought I would look at the date with you. It's obviously not silver, but let's see what year we got. 1946, 1 year late. Did you know that there was actually a handful of 1946s that were stamped with the old wartime silver coins, and they are worth tens of thousands of dollars. So if you find a 1946 silver, you've really got something. It won't have the large mint mark on the back because it wasn't stamped for that reason, for 1946. But you can usually tell the color or the style if it's silver. If you see one that you suspect is silver, have it checked out, because you have really found something if you have. Anything else in here? Look at that nickel. Wow. I guess this was something done to it after it was minted. Goodness. We'll set it aside. Anything else in here? Not looking like anything left in this roll. A handful of rolls to go, and kind of at the beginning of this roll, I found a 1941. Philadelphia. It's all Philadelphia today. I found a few more from the 50s as well. We'll go through this one and see if we find anything. wish I'd find something cool at the end of the roll as we go through it together. Well, I finished out the box. I found another from the 40s, and I think two more maybe from the 50s. I ended up with 11 from the 1950s, 10 from the 1940s, and 2 from the 30s. Make that 3. The Buffalo Bison, American Bison nickel Indian head. So cool. And I'm so glad it had a date. Sometimes you find them that don't have a date on them. Cool old coins. I tell you. I added the Canadian to my Canadian hoard here. Just the clad Canadian stuff that I get out of different rolls. Sometimes I'll get them out of the Coinstar machine. I've got pennies, nickels, dimes, quarters. I think I might even have a $50 in there. But just several dollars worth. I'm going to add these nickels to these rolls here, and they're going to go into my nickel hoard box. These are all 30s, 40s, and 50s. I've got so far a little bit over 12 pounds of these nickels that I keep put away. And I'll keep adding to it, and we'll see what becomes of it. But it's still fun. I enjoy it. I enjoy finding things like this. No silver tonight. That was a bummer. That's all right. We'll see you guys later.